Hi. All
I've
right.
met you before.
We have.
I
Oh,
have
you're gonna
volunteered at the sober house
Oh.
with my daughters from Covenant Church.
Oh, good. Okay. Why don't you hold those between? So, okay. What is your first name?
My name is Barb.
Barb. And first of all, thank you for coming and doing those meals
You're welcome.
for it. Have you enjoyed doing that?
Of course.
Okay.
It's
Excellent.
been a wonderful, wonderful learning experience.
All right. Good.
And my friend has come along to observe, and you felt the same way.
Yes,
And what is your first name?
Nancy.
Nancy. So I have Barb and Nancy. Do you both go to Covenant Community?
No.
No.
We go to Presbyterian.
Okay.
The First Presbyterian.
First
here.
Presbyterian.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The other
Okay.
one was Covenant, where my daughters go.
Oh, that's where your dog's. Okay, so you're at First Presbyterian. Okay.
Right.
So first of all, what are you doing out at this time of night?
Bitsy?
And do you
We're
have
walking the
and do you
streets.
have permission?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we have permission, but we do have a time frame.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we are going to get
A
right down.
curfew.
All right, so we're going to get right down to what is
We've
it
been
that-
at a meeting tonight.
Okay, what do you guys want to talk about?
Do you want to start?
Well, I think what we want to talk about is the future connection between you and the current homeless shelter that's in existence now,
Okay,
and how that's going to function
good.
and when.
And-
Okay, good.
And Nancy and I both volunteer quite often at the Methodist Church for
Good.
the homeless. We just were there Sunday night, which was quite eventful.
Good. Okay. Good. Well, that's a good question. I
Okay.
think there's a lot of people wondering how that's all going to work.
Yes.
I got to give you a little bit of background to help you understand how it all came about.
Okay,
That'll kind
please,
of help.
yep.
Well, that'll kind of help you with that. So, last spring, Catholic Charities, who's providing the warming center here in Wausau, and have been doing it very well for a number of years, and they're going to continue to do it at a high level, I'm sure. But they've been doing a warming center. Warming center means we're open from November 1st to end of April.
Right.
Now, there were 2 years that the city actually contracted with them to stay open 365
Okay.
days. So that shelter was running around the calendar. That was important to our city's police department because they wanted to make sure if they were going to enforce the statutes are on the book about where you can camp and where you can sleep and things like that, they didn't want to just chase people. They wanted to give them an option
Okay.
to do that. So Catholic Charities is returning to their warming center model, which is November through April, which is that's what they do throughout this part of the
Okay.
state where they function. They don't just function here in Wausau.
Right.
And so that left a void in the summer months. So the city did put out a RFP, which means request for proposal, to look for someone who would provide that 365 shelter. And when they first put that RFP out, they only got one response, and that response wasn't for an emergency shelter.
Right.
So they were kind of left with, oh wow, what are we going to do? And so they did two things. One is they decided as a police department, well, we have some people on our team who have experience doing shelter. Tracy, who was
Okay.
on the bench with me earlier, so we're going to do it short term until we can identify somebody else to do it long term. So we had conversations with the city about Bridge Street Mission doing that because many missions throughout the country, they do the emergency shelter. We weren't because somebody else was doing it. So we didn't need
Right.
to. So we focused on our recovery center. But now that was a void.
Okay.
All right. And so for us, we thought, well, the timing isn't really good because we're trying to open this women's center. And we don't want to do
Right.
anything to prevent us from opening the women's center. So we had some conversations back and forth, and our board made the, again, courageous decision. So we want to be part of the solution. So we want to be part of the solution. So we are in the process of building out and renovating a space on our campus and to have shelter. And so that probably won't be till sometime in the spring.
Oh, I thought it was January 1st. No, I'm all wrong.
No, well, that's what the city initially committed
Oh,
to,
fine.
Okay,
to, to opening,
okay,
to doing it. That's what they committed to initially.
Yeah.
But we can't open it until we renovate the space.
right.
So we have people within the community who's helping us identify the funding for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a construction company that's doing the designs, and our desire is to have it open. The way that the shelter is currently operating is going to be very similar to what we would do. We would have some things that are a little different. We're going to have an indoor waiting area that opens 2 hours before the shelter opens, so that people aren't standing outside waiting.
Okay,
We're going to have separate sleeping areas for men and women.
okay,
We're going to have some special needs type rooms as well. We're going to use our current outreach center for the meals, and so we're still going to have groups like yours come in and feed. So it's going to operate very, very similarly.
okay,
And then the extra piece that I think is going to really enhance what we're doing is our outreach center being right there. Is that the folks in shelter can easily go from shelter into the day center. And at the day center, we're going to have services we're calling community navigation that helps people find out what's next.
that's important.
Yes, so that's really important. So we're going to hopefully increase that a little bit so that people are able to, not just initially just have their emergency needs met, but then have something next. What's next for them? Now, for some of those people, maybe the next is going upstairs to our recovery center for men or women. But possibly they don't want that, but our community navigator will try to connect them to those resources. So when we're up and operating, then the police-run shelter would end.
Okay,
That's my
so
understanding.
on the left, on the one side is the men. The others
Upstairs, yeah.
down on the other end will be the women.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle,
Okay, so do you know where the old Bethesda
yes,
Yeah,
we've
we-
been
downstairs?
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to be the emergency shelter, the retail space.
Okay,
If you go to the south end of the building where all the
Right.
4
Offices or
storefronts were,
retails or-
that is where our current outreach center is.
okay,
But then upstairs of the Bethesda is where our men are already.
Right.
Yes.
And then there was a vacant side upstairs
okay.
on the other. So there's not even windows up there. You start seeing windows as soon as this month up there. All right. And that'll be our women's recovery. So we'll have 4 quadrants: emergency shelter, outreach center, men's recovery center, women's recovery center, all on one campus.
And how many guests can you accommodate from the current shelter operation?
Okay, so we're basically
planning to.
so we're basically going to have space for 40 men, 20 women, and then 9 special needs. So that'll be a total of 69. Now we'll also be able to use in severe weather that waiting area for extra people if needed. But during those severe weather months, you got to remember Catholic Charities will still be
That's right.
operating.
So these are 2 separate entities?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that's where I'm confused.
Yeah. So yeah, Catholic Charities is down at Community Partners Campus, and they will be doing a warming center. All right.
So
And
this is not going to be considered a warming center,
it's
what
going to
you
be
have?
it's going to be an emergency shelter,
Okay.
but 365 all year long.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
So pretty much how they're running the shelter now.
Now,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so are you going to accommodate, let's just talk about the people that are currently in the, what you call the emergency
Okay.
shelter.
Mhm.
So are you going to accommodate them during the day?
Well, we already have a day center, an outreach center.
But can you accommodate these additional 69 people?
Some of them already come.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah. And some won't want to be
In
all
yeah.
day.
understand that.
You know,
Understand that.
they'll leave and they'll go. But yes, we'll have a place. So technically, a person would have a place to be all night and a person to be all day if they
All
want
day.
to.
And can they come in? Will they be drug tested?
No, the only drug testing that happens is in our recovery
Right,
centers.
that I know.
Yeah,
But otherwise,
for
there will be
emergency
no drug.
shelter, no,
They can
no.
come in inebriated,
Yeah, it's an emergency shelter
Okay.
very much now.
just like
There-
we're doing over here
Yes,
at the church.
there are going to be some limits because they have to be safe for themselves and the other people.
Right.
They can't be belligerent to the point that they disturb that.
Correct.
But that is not. It's an emergency shelter. Our recovery centers are recovery centers. They're saying,
Okay.
I want sobriety. So when they go up there, they want
They're
sobriety.
in a different program.
Yeah, it's a different facet. It's a different piece of what we're doing. Emergency shelter, just like our outreach center. Right now, you can walk into the outreach center. You don't get drug tested.
I didn't even know that
But they-
that was open right now.
yeah, yes. So
Okay.
good questions. I'm sure those are ones that people have been
So
asking.
on the avenue, when I volunteered there were only room for 30 people. Is
At
that going to be
Catholic Charities.
Oh, at
at
Catholic Charities,
Charities?
that
Is that going to be different, or you don't really know? That's separate from you.
my guess, because that's what their
Right.
dormitory space is.
Okay.
They would go 30, and if they got below a certain temperature, they would expand that to 40 and use the eating area.
Okay.
So my understanding is that they're going to continue to operate in an excellent way like they have in the past, and so that'll be
So these
a
are two
resource.
separate.
Yes, and so this will be an additional resource in our community.
And can they come back and forth from your facility to Catholic Charities by choice?
I would imagine there would be some based on availability. Yeah, that's hard to say. We're gonna
We're going to have to work it out.
Each person we work with is an individual.
Right.
Just like we talked earlier about, people all have their own individual paths into homelessness, and it's going to take some individual paths to get out of homelessness. And so there's always there's issues related to, there's obviously some people that when we were doing community and call, they weren't, because of some behaviors, they weren't able to stay at Catholic
Right.
Charities.
Yes.
Right.
So we took them into community on call.
Okay.
Because we wanted to save their life.
Okay.
And is this going to be a lot of volunteers
Oh, yes.
needed for there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So Bridge Street Mission is always, will continue to be a very volunteer-intensive
Okay.
organization. So these are good questions. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the information. I feel a little bit more quite a bit more knowledgeable about the functioning of.
Yes.
The
yes.
whole-
Yeah. So they're doing a really good job at that warming center right now. Not the warming center, at the Marathon
the-
County Shelter.
Yes.
And so very, going to be very, very similar. I think the thing that changes the most is that they're going to be on a campus where there's other resources available.
Which is wonderful.
That's what we
clearly
see.
what
It's very
we
needed.
Need to be happening.
Yeah, yeah.
No
and
question.
some people are going to be excited about that and going to seize the opportunity and run with it.
And others
And
won't.
others might say, I'd rather go down,
Right.
Where you're not bothering me.
yes, don't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here to this shelter. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. But our passion is to move people out of homelessness, and this is important for our community. I don't know if you heard when we were talking to the mayor
No, we
about
didn't.
functional zero. Functional zero basically means that you want to get to the point that you have people moving out of homelessness as fast as new people are coming into homelessness.
We've noticed seems to be a lot of people coming in from outlying areas.
Yeah, there's some natural to that because we're a larger community in the area. Just like people come here for entertainment, or shopping, people are always going to come. If you're in a little town and they have no services,
Right.
and you're
You need to go where they are.
you're going to go and find where the service is.
That's right.
That's never going to go away. But as I was talking with the mayor, I mean, the county has stepped up with the city to help the funding of this shelter. that they have going
Yes.
right now. So the
Yeah.
county has recognized, hey, this is a county issue, not just a,
Right.
not just a Wausau City issue.
Absolutely.
That's
All right.
good.
I feel
Wonderful. All right. Well, don't be late. Forever you.
No, we have to
We've
leave our
just got-
curfew.
Can we talk to you off there for a minute?
I'm not sure if I.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got some more
Oh,
people
okay.
waiting.
Yeah, that's
But I
okay.
can certainly, if you
Yeah,
want to.
There's questions that we have that,
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
So
We'll
so
do
let
that.
yeah let me give you a business card.
okay,
And you can call me.
yeah, that's,
Probably not tomorrow.
no. Why is that?
No kidding.
Thank you.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.